You want some good news? Or maybe it's terrible news, but look, it's news you need. The presidential election of 2024, whether it's Trump, DeSantis, Biden ends up winning, or Gavin Newsom, or Joe, it doesn't matter. None of it matters. Well, I shouldn't say it doesn't matter. It's important, but it's not nearly as important as your state and local elections. You see, if Jesus Christ himself comes back from heaven and he decides he's not going to bring us all home, he's just going to take over the presidency. Even Jesus would struggle after 2024 to unpack all the crap in this country. Your local elections, though, there's so much to salvage and fortify and save, and we're not doing it. We ignore it. We spend all our time talking about the presidency. The presidency, none of those guys are going to save you. Legal and local. I love Scott Presler because he's out there doing the actual work. He's doing the work. He's the national spokesman for the Early Vote Action PAC. And Scott knows about a race. He's digging into a race that might be the most important race in America, and no one even knows about it. Scott, what is this race?
This is the most consequential election of 2023, Jesse. Right now I'm in Wisconsin. The current makeup of the Wisconsin Supreme Court is 4 conservatives to 3 liberals. However, one of those conservatives is retiring, meaning that if we are not successful at electing Justice Daniel Kelly on April 4th in the general spring election, then that court will flip from conservative to liberal. Now, why is this important? Because the liberals have already indicated that they're going to put their thumbs on the scale. And that means that Wisconsin, which currently has voter ID, we could lose voter ID going into 2024. We could lose proof of residency, which is required to register to vote in the state of Wisconsin. And I'll remind you that a conservative court here in Wisconsin deemed that unmanned drop boxes are illegal. Meaning, if the court flips liberal, you're going to have unmanned drop boxes on every street corner in Green Bay, Eau Claire, Milwaukee, Madison, and it's going to be an arduous uphill battle in order to win Wisconsin in the White House in 2024. Everything is online in this election. We must do everything we can to vote for Justice Daniel Kelly on April 4th.
Okay, Scott, well, you just threw virtually everyone into a panic about getting this guy elected, and I'm glad you did. Now, the people in Wisconsin, let's focus on them first. I know we have a bunch of viewers in Wisconsin. Besides showing up to vote on April 4th, like you said, what else can they do? It's late in the game. It's friggin' late. What can they do, Scott?
Well, they can go and download the application Early Vote Action on your app store, either by Android or iPhone. And you can make phone calls from the comfort of your home to Wisconsinites in Door County, Eau Claire, St. Croix, because right now we really have to focus on northwestern Wisconsin. Our early voting numbers are looking good in southeast Wisconsin, but we need northwest to turn out. So you can go download Early Vote Action. It's user-friendly. All you have to do is put in your number, and you are going to be able to make phone calls to drive people to the polls on behalf of Justice Daniel Kelly in the April 4th Wisconsin Supreme Court election. And also, one last thing, because I would be remiss not to mention how much snow we get here in Wisconsin. Make a plan to vote early. Lock in your vote early by going to myvote.wi.gov. You can vote all this week in preparation for the April 4th election.
Okay, so if you're in Wisconsin, vote early. Now, I want to focus on this Early Vote Action app here, Scott. I always want people to always stay legal at all times. If I'm not in Wisconsin, and I'm in Texas, am I allowed to download this app and make calls? I don't want to do anything inappropriate. Is everyone watching allowed to do this?
Absolutely. The left, the Democrats in California and New York, they're pouring millions of dollars into this race. George Soros just dropped $1 million into this race. They're writing postcards, making phone calls. If the left can do it, then yes. Legally, Republicans in all 50 states can make phone calls from the comfort of their home by using the application Early Vote Action, and you can help win this election and save Wisconsin.